I don't feel home in my skin. Won't you just remove from me? Leave me bleeding. So can you tell me something? Why does living feel so contradicting? It's Matt from Harroway. Check out our new single, Heresy, which is out now everywhere. Sick.
Sick, fully sick, bro. How you going today, mate?
Yeah, good.
Good to hear, mate. So,
You?
yeah, I'm very well, mate. Just getting dry, but I'm good. Had to listen to your song before the interview today, mate. She's a fucking cracker, bro. Like, there's enough to wake the dead, that fucker.
Yeah, no, we wanted it to be heavy, so we fucking made it heavy.
That you did indeed. It came out probably about a month ago, bro, or 3 or 4 weeks ago now. So, how's the initial reaction been? Fans digging it?
Yeah, it's been great. Especially we're starting weirdly now that it's like a month or so out, we're actually starting to really see the traction from Spotify. Not like our monthlies are back up to like over 20,000 monthly listeners now. We're about to crack like I think somewhere around it'll be at like over 40,000 plays on Spotify alone. I think it's like the total is all platforms, which is sick because it started a bit slow. I was a little nervous. I was like, oh, maybe people don't like it. Maybe they've had enough of breakdowns. But yeah, no, yeah, the reception is really good. There's like a couple viral videos that are floating around, which always helps out. But yeah, it's and even at the shows, it's been really good, especially obviously that last breakdown. You know, we've been getting a lot of crowd sing along. You know, basically every show, which is fucking awesome because we've never really had that before. Um, I guess we never really had a part that really like warranted it, but yeah, it's been awesome.
Yeah, so looping back to what we were talking about just earlier, mate, like the single was described as ferocious and scathing. What I reckon that's spot on the money, mate. You reckon that's a fair assessment?
Oh, 100%. It's very in your face, very aggressive. Um, yeah, it's one to get you moving for sure.
Yes. So can we dive into it a bit more from a musical point of view and what you're actually going for? Like, did you set out to make something that heavy, or did it just sort of manifest as you went?
So we we had started throwing around song ideas. So I think we had about uh three songs like guitar music composed that we were like, okay, like let's see which one we like the most kind of deal. And Heresy just kind of stood out in the sense that we were like, um, I was just really pissed off at the time, and it I just needed something to really let my anger and aggression out on. Um, and we kind of like because we've been touring since I think like 2001 or whatever. We've we've had a chance to play like kind of play our old material and like pull apart our live sets of like what we were missing um from that live performance, and we kind of realized that other than Parasite, we don't really have like a real heavy kind of like moving song, and a lot of it's a lot of the last EP, I don't want to be here anymore, is very ebbs and flows, like but drastic. So it kind of somewhat we found was killing the vibe live live because we would ramp them up with these like heavy riffs or breakdowns or something, and then it would go into this part where they just didn't know what to do with all that energy that they just like had. So we were like, we took that into account when we were assessing all the new potentials for songs. And Heresy was just balls to the wall. So we were like, that's got to be the one. So yeah, that's how that kind of came about. Musically, it was just this standout track amongst the few songs that we did have ready to go.
Oh, this is something I've always wondered, and you've just given me the perfect opportunity to ask a question, bro. Like you mentioned that you were really pissed off at the time you wrote that song, but now down the track, when you're singing it live, like does it take you back to that place where you're really pissed off again, and then just fire those feelings up all over again?
Oh yeah, that's the thing is like for me when we perform, it's like I'm always angry. I just it's like the Hulk, that scene in the Avengers where he's like how he keeps it under control because he's just always angry and then he can just flick it like turn into the Hulk whenever he wants. That's kind of like me. So I'm like always angry, but I, I am angry all the moment that we step on stage. I just flick a switch and it's free reign, go for gold, and I just unleash. So it's good. Like I was trying. There was a point while we were playing live where it was like I was really aggressive as a front man during the songs, but then like you know some of my I like the fact that we have people coming out to shows and actually watching our band and liking our band and singing along to the words and things like that and like actually took the time out of the day to come see us. Like it really means a lot to me and it means a lot to the other boys too. But I like want to thank be really friendly and thank everyone and like your in between songs like my communication to the crowd. But it was just really jarring. It was so jarring to the audience. So like, hang on, why is this dude who was just telling us like calling us like cunts and shit like now being like, hey guys, thanks so much for coming out, like really appreciate all of you. And it was just we kind of made the decision as a band that it just needed it's got to I just had to be balls to the wall the whole set. And then because I always do merch after our shows and before shows and things like that, let them come up to me after and then show them that I'm not, I'm not always in your face and aggressive and like I'm very nice to talk to and I really appreciate and then I can let them know that I really appreciate the support and get photos, whatever they want to do. But anything to let them know.
Now, Heresy is the band's first release since unleashing your debut EP, I Don't Want to Be Here Anymore, around this time last year. So how does that song show that the evolution, I guess, of Harroway over that period?
I think we just kind of doubled down on our strengths. Obviously, at the time, my singing was okay to fill the parts in the EP that needed that melodic and clean influence. But I'm not an amazing singer by any standpoint. Like it took me 10 years of trying to improve my singing through lessons and just constant practice to get to where I was in the EP. And it just, it's not really good enough. You as much as me know how ruthless the Australian scene is, and if you're not 100%, you kind of get forgotten about. And it was one of those things where I wasn't hitting the mark live either. Like there was definitely a few shows where I was like, I'd be good, I'd be okay, and then I'd be real bad, like not hitting pitches and just not letting Harroway live up to its full potential. So we were like, all right, I have a really powerful, deep, aggressive voice when I'm on stage and really aggressive. That's when we get the best response. Let's channel that and get just make this song super aggressive. And not necessarily that we are going to continue to be so aggressive in every single song we do from now on, but it's definitely one that we know our current fans and the music industry seems to really like from us. We will still have plenty of songs that'll have choruses and clean singing and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, we just wanted to double down on at the time when we were recording what the band's strengths were, and that was my heavy vocals.
Yep. Oh. So I suppose the big question, bro, is Heresy a standalone single or part of a new album or EP cycle?
No, so Heresy is a standalone single. We kind of just we wanted to take our time writing the next EP. We are in the process of in the studio recording now for that second the sophomore EP. But we just wanted to release something so there wasn't such a big layover between between the two EP cycles. So, and it's the new EP. So we're always very ahead of ourselves in Harroway. So the planning for Heresy started during the touring cycle of I don't want to be here. I don't want to be here anymore. And then he's only just came out about 4 weeks ago. So we are hoping to have a new the first single for the next EP cycle out, towards the tail end of the year, maybe September, probably more like November. But yeah, it'll I say that as we would like that, but whether or not that happens is completely up to finances and all that fun stuff, because being in a band is very expensive.
Oh, it is indeed. I won't press you on this too much, mate, because it sounds like you're just in the initial stages. But is Heresy an indication of the direction the next EP is going to go?
There's definitely some heavy songs on there, but I would say it's probably a bit newer in the sense of the production and the riff styles and everything like that. We really tried to step, obviously every musician is trying, an artist tries to step up the new release on the previous release, but I think we really took the time. I think we wrote 12 songs and compressed it down to 5. Right. So that we could, and then we even in the studio scrapped the song and rewrote a whole new song in the studio. So it's definitely a step up from our, I guess, somewhat generic metalcore sound.
Yeah, very cool. Now, you're currently one show off finishing your tour with Sienna Skies and No Home, which wraps up in Perth on May the 18th, bro. So how are those shows going? It looks like a few of them sold out.
Yeah, all of them sold out.
Yeah.
I think Perth's last one, and since Sienna dropped that, they're doing a 10-year, the anniversary of Colors, in full that night. I think it should definitely, if not sell out, get really fucking close. But all those shows have been unbelievable. Like, just crowd response that we've been getting for our sets have been fucking insane. Like Adelaide, Melbourne, Brisbane, Sydney, just so it's weird to watch because it's just like, oh, people actually like give a shit about our band now.
Fucking cool, eh?
Yeah. So it's been really fun. Unfortunately, No Home have already gone back to the States. Their last show was Saturday in Sydney. And yeah, we'll be flying over to Perth to do that with Sienna. Live confirmed, live, comfort, die.
Oh yeah,
I'm not.
live good.
It's not that. Yeah, it's not that I don't know the band. I'm dyslexic and I can't read
I think
some
it's
words sometimes.
live good
So
die. I think from memory.
yeah, that makes more
They're
sense.
pretty fucking good anyway. They're pretty fucking good.
Yeah, I've heard. And our boys in Patient 67 and our Demise are opening that show. So it should be sick. It's really stacked lineup. And it's our first time playing Perth. So really keen to see if it's something we can possibly continue to do. Because I know Perth is one of those cities that does always complain that none of the big tours come out and tour there, or no bands, have Perth on a tour run, and it's simply because it's super expensive.
Yeah.
But if we can develop some form of a solid fan base out over there, then 100% we'll chuck Perth on every tour.
You know what? All right, so what's next for Harroway after that tour winds up, mate? Are you going to put your feet up for a bit, or are you just going to get straight back into the grind?
Yeah, well, as soon as it wraps up, we're straight back into the process of recording this EP. I'll be vocal tracking next month, I believe. So that's going to be fun. Always love being in the studio tracking vocals. So yeah, show wise, we've had a few things in the works that are somewhat falling through just because of like situational things and a bunch of stuff that's out of our control. But it's also, I'm getting married in November, so kind of just more focused on planning that than trying to add the stress of organizing a headlining tour and all those kind of things. So we'll see. Hopefully they'll chuck us on a tour or something. They've expressed some kind of interest. So yeah, exactly. Knowing my luck will be exactly what happens.
I'm going to cross my fingers for you, brother, because I've been in a similar position and I chose the wrong option. So if it happens, give me a call. I'll tell you what not to do.
Yeah, I will, 100%.
All right, mate. Well, thanks for your time today, bro.
My missus will tell me what not to do.
Oh, she will, yeah. But you got to start listening to him now, mate. Once that ring goes on there, you got to listen to fucking him.
Yeah, 100%.
All right, bro. Well, all the best, mate. I'm fucking look forward to talking to you about the new EP when it gets underway then, bro.
Hell yeah.